Hello everyone and welcome to a new series, the Presearing Holy Grail. I got the idea from another game that I play, Diablo 2, and the goal of the challenge there is to obtain every item in the game. Now, for Presearing I needed to change some of the rules, so I will go over them real quick and then we will jump straight into action. First and foremost, we have to get the items ourselves as a drop. Buying them doesn't count. To make the idea of getting every item more straightforward, I decided on a simple rule. If the item can drop purple, we have to get it as a purple. Otherwise, for items that cannot be purples, such as the dead bow for example, we have to get them blue. To track the items, I prepared a spreadsheet, link in the description, where, on top of all the blues and purples, we also need to get every possible rune, insignia and dye color, as well as a char bag and a char kit. There is also one more thing that I decided to add, and that's a ritualist dead staff. I wanted such a staff ever since I learned you could get them in pre, and I think now's the best time to go for one. And that's pretty much it for the rules. Get an item, tick it in a spreadsheet, and as the list of the items we need grows smaller, we will hunt for specific ones. Of course, we will be doing a bunch of char runs and hidden stash runs and a bunch of other stuff, so hopefully this will be entertaining. And one last thing, I will be doing the challenge on my Presearing main, Torikago Song, where over the years I already found a bunch of these items, but for the purpose of this series we will assume I'm starting from zero. Alright, I think that's it. Let's begin, and I hope you'll enjoy. Okay, finally we can get started with this. I'm so excited. I tried my hand at this challenge once in the past, and I know that at the start the spreadsheet kind of feels really fast, but then it slows down considerably. So we're gonna start with some pump. I'm gonna go and, surprise surprise, do some char runs. But since I've played Presearing for quite some time, I think I can splurge a little. We will be not only using my regular honeycombs, but we will also be popping a cupcake and a candy corn for some faster runs. And at the start, I'm of course gonna clear some oak hearts so we get rid of that annoying anti-farming code. But then we're going hard. Well, I would like to use some of those slices of pumpkin pies, but I don't really have that many. Nothing from the first pack, never lucky, but I gotta say, I feel like doing some full clears and not only to the altar and resetting, which is partly the reason why I decided to pop some of these consumables, because if we're doing the full clear, then why not? And also we will be opening some hidden stashes along the way, so the road might not be just as simple as the fastest clear you've seen, not as efficient, but that's probably gonna be better in the long term if we can do some stash openings in the meanwhile. First in stash, first potential to get something, Ram's Hammer. Now, you'll have to excuse me because I'm still not an absolute expert on this, so I don't remember everything off the top of my head. I remember last time when I did this, you slowly start remembering what you need and what you don't need anymore. For now, we obviously need everything, but I don't really remember everything that can only roll blue, except for the obvious, like dead staff and dead bow, etc. So I will be doing a little bit of checking back and forth, but that I'll try to cut that out from the recordings. Oh, yes, our first blue that I think fits. Yep. Let's quickly check the spreadsheet. Now, as you can see, Crichton Axe is one of the items that can only roll up to blue. You cannot get a purple Crichton Axe in Presearing. I double-checked this spreadsheet with some of the biggest brains in the Presearing community, but if there's some things that I still got wrong, I will fix them and we will do a little update in the series. For now, I'm counting this as correct, so we will mark a little X next to the Crichton Axe, and that is now completed. If we check the summary tab of the spreadsheet, we can see that we have one item in the blues section out of 15 total, so there are 14 remaining, and we are 6% completed with the blues and 0.62% completed with the total spreadsheet. So yeah, pretty cool. Our first item, 161 to go. let's pick this up and quickly identify on the way. Of course. Well, actually, a pretty decent roll, if only the damage wasn't so garbage, but at least the mod is decent. I anticipate that the item that will take the longest is the Ritualist Staff by far. Other items that might take quite some time are like Black Dye and White Dye, and maybe Charkit will take a little bit, but out of the items that are weapons and offhands, I think the one that will take the longest is the Fire Staff. That's why we will hope that Jaw Smokeskin is kind to us. We will say a little prayer. I'm gonna cast Horizon of Healing, that should count. It's a healing prayer after all. Be nice to me and drop a Fire Staff early, and there will be no trouble, Mr. Smokeskin. Never lucky. Unlucky. Cleared the whole altar, we didn't get anything. There's still some packs left in the Northlands, but this run, didn't give us as much. Last char. Really? We didn't get any purples. Well, thankfully I have a bunch of time tonight, so we will be doing a couple more runs. Run number 2, and these were supposed to be full clears, but I totally forgot about at least 2 char packs, and we're heading towards the first one where Ben Wolfson was. Maybe that's because we didn't get any purples. Maybe that's copium, probably is, but if we're gonna do full clears, we're gonna do full clears. Oh, here we have our first die, the brown die, probably the most boring one we could have gotten. Let me pick this up. And that's gonna be our first spot in the miscellaneous section. Brown die, let's go. And yeah, 1 miscellaneous and 1 blue for now. And there we go. A lot of firsts this run. We got an unidentified, Jesus Christ, salvage armor. Now, we don't have any runes or insignias yet in the spreadsheet, so there is potential to get 1 for sure, but maybe we'll get 2. There's the Pyromancer. Let me update the spreadsheet real quick. Where is it? Runes and insignias. Pyromancer insignia. Yep, there we go. As you might or might not know, this insignia is useless in Presearing, simply because it is a armor increasing insignia, and I just cast it. Healing Breeze when there was a chaos alive. I'm washed up. Anyways, useless Presearing insignia because it increases armor, and when we are running with Vanguard Initiate, the armor is updated to a static value, so insignias like that don't count. But since it can drop in Presearing, we have to get it, and a bunch of other Presearing insignias are like that, sadly, so not much money to be made. Here, everyone, we got our first purple, and I'm getting severely punished, so let me quickly heal up. This character is my Presearing main, as I said before, and the main thing I'm going for on it right now is the rank 3 survivor title. I already have rank 2 with 1 dev, sadly, because of an internet issue, but we have 779k since the dev, and I would really like not to lose it, so that's like a secondary objective that we were working towards, not dying here. But anyways, we got the jeweled staff. So let me update it in our spreadsheet first. In the purple section, staves jeweled staff. Yep, here's an X. And of course, let's identify that. Half casting time of domination magic spells. If this was 18, this might have fetched something, although nah, probably not. Illusion magic requirement, low energy, and low HSR. RIP. But that's kind of the point of this challenge. Even when we get poor rolls, like every time in Presearing, at least we are happy because we are filling our little coloring book. Woo! And there we have it. They're quite common, so nothing to get really excited about. But here's our charbag. The only green item in Presearing. Don't quote me on that because I just started having doubts, but I'm pretty sure. We will update our little spreadsheet in a second. In the first episode, I'm sure there will be a lot of little updates. But yeah, we have 2 true miscellaneous items apart from dice, and this is one of them. Miscellaneous charbag. Yep. Done. And here's the second pack that I forgot about. By the little, I don't know what this even is, an effigy of the char. Let's make quick work out of them. And that should be all of the packs now in this full clear. Oh no, of course, there's one by the bridge. How could I forget about this one? Ah, another purple Deadly Cesta. Now this would have to pretty much have 2 mods for it to be worth anything, and it for sure doesn't. But here's another item for our spreadsheet. And another identifiable armor for Stalwart. I think that's it. We've got a Serpent Axe, that's blue. Now quickly let me check. And yeah, it appears so. Serpent Axe is another one of those blue only items, so I'm gonna put a little X next to it. And we got 3 items really close to each other, and we're now at close to 5% done with this, so it's really going fast. Of course, the obligatory identify, salvageable. We will not be salvaging this. Yellow dye. I realized that I didn't show my build at the start of the series, so, you know, might as well. So, yeah, all of the items I have with Survivor as an insignia on my armor, and I'm running 1 minor marksmanship, minor vigor, expertise, and 2 others are of vitae. And I'm running a of fortitude bow, and all of that is because, as you might have guessed, I do not want to die and lose my survivor progress. And as for the attributes, well, for the skills, you can see them on the screen right now. Dual shot, Bane Signet, Through the Wind, Healing Breeze, Point Blank, Horizon, and Comfort Animal for the pet. And the last slot, I would probably run Resurrection Signet. I like the aesthetics and I like the utility, but since I'm usually playing solo, I just put Ignite Arrows here. So, I don't know. It fills that empty slot. And as for the attributes, I'm running 8 Healing Prayers. That is the breakpoint at which Healing Breeze starts healing +7 instead of +6. So that is a very big boost in my opinion. And I'm running 6 +1 Expertise. That is also a breakpoint, which I believe it's for 10 energy or for 5 energy abilities. I am not 100% certain which, but for one of these 2, it's a breakpoint that they cost 1 lower, so that is an important breakpoint for me to hit. That's why I'm running 6 +1 on the rune. And of course, absolutely max marksmanship of 12 +2 from the head slot. And all of the other points I decided to put into Beast Mastery, so I just passively make my pet a little bit stronger. You could also put them in Smiting Prayers if you're running a similar build as mine and just get a little bit more damage into Bane Signet. I think these 2 are interchangeable. I just prefer having a little bit better stats on my pet than dealing a little bit higher damage with the Bane Signet. Oh, still fighting, but I already see a little bit of a great loot pile, 2 identifiable armors, so that is potential for up to 4 new slots, most likely 2, and if we get unlucky, even less. Anchorite, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Stalwart together with Vitae. We already got Stalwart, so that is our first dupe of the series, which doesn't hurt as much as if it was a dupe of purples, but those will come for sure. But Vitae is new, so we got +2 new slots, Anchorite and Vitae. Another one of the wands, this time a Truncheon. Oh god, this series now is gonna prove to be a test of pronunciation.
Truncheon.
Let me back so I don't get slapped while I'm inserting this. Truncheon in wands. And here's another purple this run, the accursed staff dropped by the Ashen Claw, and I forgot to identify the truncheon from before, so let's identify this one, garbage, and this one, garbage as well. But what is a slot in the spreadsheet is a slot, and that makes us very happy. There appears to be a hidden stash behind this wall. Let's see if we can... Yeah, we actually could open it from the other side. Yeah, very cool. I don't think I ever saw this. Ever. And I always try to open the hidden stashes because I try to get that ritualist stuff. So that's a pretty cool occurrence. Mildly interesting. Another armor to identify. What do we get? Aeromancer. That's a new one. I turned around because that was the last monster of the pack, but we did get a cursed icon. More and more purples are coming. As is tradition, let's identify this. Ooh. Ooh, that's all I'm gonna say. But a cursed icon goes into our purples. A cursed icon, where are you? Oh, actually, let me show you. This is what I wanted to showcase earlier. But now is the perfect opportunity because we just got the first item out of that list. A cursed icon is one of the items that has two different sprites, or, well, icons. A diamond one and a gorgon one. So I believe what we got is a diamond one. Let me double check. Yep, that is the diamond one. Looks like a diamond shape, and the gorgon one looks more like a face. So I will be updating it in the spreadsheet as the diamond one. And we are still looking to get an accursed icon, but with the different skin. Oh, yes. We got a bow. We got a bow, and you might think, well, why is that exciting and the other ones are not as exciting for you to do that oh sound. But bows are extra spicy to identify because they might, and that is a huge might with an asterisk and in italics, give us a char mod, like a sword I have here, with damage plus a percentage to char, which maxes out at 18%. It's the off char slaying part of the suffix. And on bows and on axes, and a little bit less on hammers and swords, they are worth a lot of money if they roll a good percentage. If you get a 18% char mod on a bow or an axe, you're rolling in the black dice. But as I suspected, they are extremely rare, and we didn't get one. I'm keeping the sword in here because that is the only char slaying mod I found. Ooh, and a red die. Alright, so we have two things to add into our spreadsheet. But this is the only item that I ever found with a char slaying mod that is not a staff, where they are worthless. In all of the years I've played Presearing, so they are incredibly rare. And this red die, together with that horn bow, if we check our little spreadsheet, let me quickly add that red die, yep, and two purples, bows, I think we have to scroll a little for the bows, horn bow, yep, and that was our item number 17, which should push us over the threshold of 10% completion already. As I said at the start, the spreadsheet goes wild, but then it will probably slow down. So I think I will be finishing this run, and that will be the last run of today. Might not feel like it with how many purples we are getting, but I'm starting to slowly feel the creeping effects of lesser drop rates with farming the same area over and over. And we are not farming with the favor. If we check /favor, we need 3 more achievements among all the players to earn the favor of the gods, and then farming would be a lot better, I would say. So I think this is a good point to wrap up the video. Just let me finish this first run. And that is the last pack, so as I said, I think a good moment to wrap up the video. Now, at the end of every video, I think we should take a look at our spreadsheet to confirm where we are standing currently. So if we check the summary tab, we are at 17 items currently out of 162, and that is a little bit above 10% completion. For now, going pretty quickly, but as I mentioned a couple of times already, it will surely slow down in the near future. We have 2 blues, 6 purples, 4 runes and insignias, and 4 in the miscellaneous section, which is a pretty big point of completion, which is our currently most progressed tab. Now, in this one, mostly what we did was char runs. Actually, all we did was char runs, but if you play Presearing, you know char runs is not the only thing to do here, and in the next episode, we will be doing something else. But if you want to know what it will be, you just have to wait and see. And I hope you enjoyed, hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. And one last thing, if you'd like to pursue this challenge yourself, I've created a new separate spreadsheet, different from the one that I use. You can find it in the description, and you will not spoil the series for yourself, because as I said, it's a completely fresh, new, separate one. So after you click the link in the description, you will be greeted by a view like this. It's entirely a copy of what I used, but everything will be at 0, and you will be in view-only mode. So please do not ask for permission to edit, because I just will not keep up with accepting permissions for everyone. What you can do is click File, make a copy, and once you do that, you will be with your entire personal new copy on your Google Drive, and then you will be able to do the challenge yourself and edit in. It will be your own personal spreadsheet. So yeah, if you'd like to do that, here you go. Check the description. One last time, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.